San Jose Sharks defenseman Mario Ferraro potentially on his way out of San Jose. And there's been a team that's been linked to Mario Ferraro a couple of times here, so we're going to discuss that here in today's video. If you like this content, want to see more videos like it, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So, Mario Ferraro, pretty solid defenseman for the San Jose Sharks. You look at his numbers, it's not too great this year, but is it because he's not a good defenseman or because he's on one of the worst teams, one of the worst franchises really over the last 5 years? I think there are teams out there that think it's the latter. This is a solid, skilled hockey player that's just not in the right system. So Mario Ferraro, through 57 games this season, has 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists, a minus 24. And in his career, he is a minus 119. But again, raises the question, is it the player that isn't good, or is it maybe the fact that the team has not been good? So I think there are teams out there that see the name Mario Ferraro, former second round pick in 2017 of the Sharks. He's 26 years old. He's really hasn't even gotten into the prime of his career. So what do we think of Mario Ferraro? Now, here's the thing. If the Sharks are expecting to get like maybe a first round pick or second or things like that for Ferraro, that's probably not going to be the case here, because his value is diminished. And I think that as much as we talk about Colorado being a good fit, which he has been linked to a couple of times, and the most recent one here, it's kind of interesting because if you take a look at kind of overlying rumors back and forth, so this is from David Pagnotta. He had a couple big hitters last week. He said that the Sharks continue to listen to offers on Mario Ferraro. The Avalanche are one of the interested teams. Now, if you take a look at the Colorado side of things, could we be seeing something align here? Because Casey Mittelstadt's name has been thrown around for the Colorado Avalanche, and that was from Elliot Friedman. He said the Devils, Senators, and Maple Leafs have poked around at Casey Mittelstadt's availability, but you have to wonder if that's one of the names that's going to be brought up. If Mario Ferraro and the Colorado Avalanche kind of talking back and forth, right? Is Mittelstadt's name going to come up? I could definitely see that being the case. And then we got a little more here, and this is from the fourth period, that there seems to be a decent amount of interest in Ferraro. The Oilers, Stars, Lightning, Canucks, and Panthers could pursue the Toronto native Mario Ferraro, or potentially a guy like Cody Ceci. So Cody Ceci, he's already gone to the Dallas Stars. So that one's kind of off the books now. But what's interesting here is there's a little bit of a market. There's a little bit of a market which might drive up the value a little bit of Mario Ferraro. And the Sharks can kind of pick and choose which deal they like the best. And I think what's really exciting, if I'm Mario Ferraro here, listen, it's been a rough season. It's been a rough little couple years here for Ferraro. But you look at the situation in hand here and the teams that are interested in him because of the circumstance, because he's not going to probably cost a first round pick and his contract isn't super crazy. There are some big boy teams with cup aspirations that are coming after him, like the Oilers, like the Stars, like the Lightning, and the Panthers. All 4 of those teams could win the Stanley Cup, could very likely be our Final Four in the 2025, getting ahead of myself, in the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. That could be your East and Western finals, and people would believe you, right? Oilers versus Stars, Lightning versus Panthers. Got a couple things have to fall their way for that to happen, but it could happen. So, with all things aside here, I think a lot of teams look at Mario Ferraro as a player that has not been in the right situation and can thrive somewhere else. And there's reason to believe that. And he plays a lot of minutes. He's been playing over 20 minutes a night for the San Jose Sharks. And again, on a bad Sharks team, like when you're out there on a bad team a lot, you're probably going to be prone to giving up a lot of goals. And what's frustrating, I think, for Ferraro, in his entire career, since the 2019-2020 season, he has always been a minus in the stat category. And I remember a couple years back, not that long ago, there was a lot of talk that Mario Ferraro could be the next captain of the San Jose Sharks, seen as a guy that could be kind of a core builder, a leader on that blue line. And I think just the way things have materialized in San Jose, it's hard to say whether it's really him that's the problem or the team. And that's, like I said, that's kind of the wild card here. Like, teams are taking a risk on a guy that may or may not work out. So with all of that said, the San Jose Sharks have 37 points this season. So a lot of teams are going to look and say he's probably not the problem here. There's a lot of other stuff going on. He's young, he's 26 years old, he has a ceiling of potential. He's a smaller defenseman. He is 6 feet tall, 209 pounds. I mean, compared to the average human being, he's pretty tall and he's pretty big. But in hockey terms, 6 foot 209, that's not necessarily a huge hockey player. He's more known for his skating, his kind of ability to move the puck, things like that. So I'm surprised we haven't heard anything about Toronto. Obviously, because he's a Toronto native, I just figured that would be a good fit. But for other reasons as well, it seems like he could be a good fit there. But there's going to be a couple teams interested in him. I'm definitely interested to see how this all kind of unfolds. Because honestly, I mean, here I am saying I don't think he'll go for a first or second round pick. Probably not a first round pick, but I wonder if a second round pick, if there's enough teams genuinely interested in him and genuinely think he could be a puck moving top 4 defenseman on the left side, there's a chance he could find a home for a second round pick. And that would be pretty good for the Sharks because they're building up the draft capital again. But, they're kind of getting back what they paid for, right? This was a guy that was a second round draft pick. At least they'd be getting a second round pick in return, hopefully, right? So, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below, because we can start making mock trades and things like that. The only one that I really vividly see right now would be something like a Casey Middlestat from Colorado. But other than that, I don't really know. It probably would be a draft pick, in all honesty. I don't know if there's necessarily other packages around the league where you see him going 1-for-1 for another player. Because that could really burn the Sharks if they don't pick the right player coming back the other way. So let me know what you guys think down below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. And March 9th, which is quickly approaching. We are now less than a month away from the NHL trade deadline here in 2025. We got the Four Nations Cup right now, so things are going to quiet down maybe a little bit in terms of rumors. They're going to enjoy that. They're going to do the Four Nations, do their little thing, and when things come back, it's going to go by very quickly. Those next 2.5 weeks before the deadline, when they come back, we're going to be moving at a pretty fast pace. So, like I said, I appreciate all the support recently. The channel's been doing really well, and that's all because of you guys watching the videos, right? I'm just here making the videos and posting them, but it doesn't really matter if you guys aren't watching them as well. So I really do appreciate you guys watching the videos. It does mean a lot to me. And I'll see you guys again next time. Peace out.